It's not. We're live.
We're live.
After some technical difficulty here. We're here together too. I'm having internet trouble and I live right across the way. What do you say? 200 yards away? I think that's fair.
It's at least three football fields.
No, it's not 3 football fields.
Listen, how about we're gonna talk baseball today. That we really wanted to jump on and chat baseball, but how about Jack Beck last night? You know, I was gonna say it. Jack Mother Beck. And I saw somebody on Twitter like saying like no one's got more bags. And I wanted to comment and say, look at my $2,000 worth of Jack Beck and rub in the face.
I saw this.
It's not only
okay,
you're right. Let me just diet shot in this real fast. It's not only that he was on the first team offense. It's not only that he caught a touchdown. It's the man has hands. Like he said, this is my ball. And if they're gonna run those routes designed for him, let's go. Giddy up, Jack Beck. He could be wide receiver one for the Raiders. Not beating Brock Bowers, not beating Genty from a receiving standpoint. That probably should be Genty, but yeah, it's just listen. I was ecstatic. So yeah, I'm pretty pumped to jump into best ball and NFL. But it's so fun last night when you're a guy like this is what happens though. Is like Jack Beck was a no-show for training camp. He hadn't been there, and like it's really the beats following him. Like are they following him? Like he's not a splash guy really. And maybe there's some talk about Malik Benson being something, but no. Turns out it's Jack Beck. He's him.
Yeah, this is where I go with it. And I think there's been people have talked about. There's two camps. It's like these are the two parties on X and Twitter and the best ball universe. It's the first party is victory lapping, exposures on guys who play well in the preseason, and the second party is the same thing but in reverse. So I just I get
no, I think it's different. Let me just outline why it's different. There's certain teams that are running their starters, right? Yeah. And there's certain teams you can get a feel. And like there's guys with good Twitter threads or X threads yesterday saying, hey, these are things you should pay attention to for the regular season. Yeah. Right? Like who are these guys running with the ones? That matters, right? Yeah. Because certain teams like the Chargers like, now we're not playing. Detroit never plays their guys. Like that doesn't matter. It's like who is getting this work here. Yeah. Right. And like somebody mentioned like Colby Young for the Bengals, like, can he get runs with the ones? And he didn't get run with the ones.
I like him, but
that's my point. Where Jack Beck was up, man, he was getting up, and Fernando Mendoza threw some dots yesterday, but that's not believable.
No, this is So I get all that. I think that the issue is just it's hard. I think you make your trends, you do your analysis, and I think it's good to see. But I don't. The reason I say don't draw stuff from it is for this reason because.
But he's your 18th round pick. He's undrafted.
Okay, yeah, but like first of all, I already have. I mean, I have. So much Jack.
No, what I'm saying though, but people are going to leave him undrafted. Yeah, he was undrafted.
Yeah, and I think that's okay because there's two parts. Okay, so like obviously the Raiders aren't running their full offense because they're just not everyone's going to be available. Their whole alliance there, which is a benefit.
Genty was in there.
Yeah, and there will be a lot of the starters, but the same thing on the defense on the other side is people running packages. It's really tough to gauge, and like your whole starting offense is not in there.
Well, like my bare minimum, he showed life yesterday.
He did.
He showed life and made good plays. And he made contested catches, and that's what Jack Beck does. Yeah, he's not a separator. He's a guy that has to make contested catches. So, as an 18th round pick, I mean, listen. Am I worried about my 70% $2,000 worth of Jack Beck? Yes, but am I happier after that?
Yeah.
Also, yes. But would I be? Listen, this is the counterpoint. Would I be more upset if it was Malik Benson there with the ones? Probably.
Yeah, but this is the truth. Is like even if it was like it wouldn't matter. So this is at this point in the season we've done like I'm out of best ball drafts. You're probably pretty close to.
Yeah, I got like 30 more left.
Yeah. I think it's tough to say right now. Like if he produces that line, which was like 2 for 30 and a touchdown, like any given week, he'll be a good pick for you. Like I think that
round. That's my last.
That could potentially score for you as a receiver 3, right? Like,
listen, all I need. I'm gonna make a team to the finals this year. All I need is him week 18, week 17 against the.
This is the crazy thing. The heavy exposure we have to Jordan Walker. Like I think the teams I get through in best ball probably not even gonna have him because
I had my best teams have Jordan Walker.
But just for me this week is because he just has me very good.
So it's all about getting those teams through. Yeah, that's important.
No, it is. But the good thing is like you have differentiation. Like the teams that are doing the best are Cubs stacks, and I was like lower on the Cubs outside like Swanson. I liked a lot and Nico Horner, but like.
Well, really, you can never predict how a team does when they get to the championship.
Yeah.
It's like getting teams there is
exactly
number one.
Yeah, 100%.
But let's jump into baseball.
Yeah, we have a big slate. Let me pull up the things on my phone here.
I'll pull up StatCast and we'll run through it. We have a couple good best ball takes today, and hopefully things drop our way.
How's the Cubs game going? Is this
3-0 Suzuki Bommy? But other than that, pretty much a pitcher's duel.
Yeah, I was hoping for Walker any points, but he's not doing shit today. All right, I'll let you pull it up. My shit's still in like.
Yeah, let's start game one. One of my favorite games on the slate from a bats perspective. I'm just curious where you go. We have the Mets and we have the visiting Nationals here. I think it's Stock on the mound for the Mets.
I saw it on my list, but yeah, go ahead.
Stock on the mound for the Mets, and then you have Andrew Alvarez on the mound for the Nationals. This is a game I want bats. Guess what side?
then we guess you're gonna go to the Washington side.
Washington side. I mean, there's a lot of platoon risk, but yeah, man, I think Almabeck or Ortiz as like 2-3. Are you kidding me? A lot of the lefties here is what I'm going to talk. And Stock is a guy. He's 36 years old. He's fine. But he's not good. I mean, he's not a 36-year-old guy.
The Mets are cooked too.
The Mets are cooked. So for me, up and down the lineup, a lot of guys are like, obviously, Pickney's going to be there. I don't know if he's going to play against the righty tonight. He's mostly platoons, which is another issue here. But Tena, if he's in the lineup, Cruz, all these guys, Brady House. There's just a lot of guys in this lineup that can absolutely hit and run. So for me, the Nationals are priority play on this slate. Probably going to see me with a 5-man in tournaments.
Interesting. Yeah, I would say like the Mets have given up on the season for the most part. It's like pitching not a big boon for them. I mean the Washington lineup has been kind of trimmed down, obviously, with some of the trades. They still have the top guys in there. Is Wood not playing tonight? Wood's hurt.
James Wood.
I forgot he's hurt.
My man's like if you travel back and he's hurt. I mean, it could be a while till we get him back. But yeah, so that just gives you more value in the National side, and I think you need it tonight because there's pitchers you do want to pay up for. So in this game, easily the Nationals going to be playing them a good bit up and down the lineup. There is some platoon risk, right? If Ortiz doesn't hit against the righty here, you're going to get Shapiro in against the lefty. So you hope it's all righties, and you hope your platoon lefty bats stay in. That's the biggest concern here. But yeah, Dylan Cruz is a guy I really like. Obviously, you can't forget about CJ Abrams. He's a dog, but there's a shortstop I like a little bit better around the same price a little later on. So we'll talk about him when we get there. But anything else on this game?
No, I feel like, I'm not as high as you are in Citi Field. Like, I do think, this is a good spot to stat the Nationals, but I'm just not, I guess I'm not under 10 gamer. Like, they're not one of the top. I guess they could be like a top 5 offense for me. Yeah, but weather looks fine. I think I'm not as high in them as you are, but give me the next game on the docket.
Let's go.
I like the Nationals bet. I'm just like low on the Metis right now, but
let's go to the next game. We need our boy Big Rig, ECU legend, to shove. We got Gavin Williams in the Fighting Guardians on tab. Welcome in the Padres. Man, I'm really worried. I love Gavin Williams and I'm playing him tonight, but man, the Padres are on a heater right now. It's just, man, there's so much swing and miss in that lineup still. And Gavin is a guy that's going to make you swing and miss. So for me, I'm going to prioritize him in DFS tonight. That strikeout rate's so good. Is there some concern that these guys hit him a little bit and Gavin doesn't produce that 10K price tag? Possibly. But it's not.
What you're showing me too with these stats, like the thing with the Padres, look at the lineup, doesn't really strike out that much. But Gavin is like,
well, everyone outside of Refrigno and Tatis have over 20%.
18, 22, 22, 23, 18, 21, 12, 20, 25. The one guy is Chase Bowen, who may not play, is over 30%, but like 21, 18. That's a pretty low strikeout rate. Like, just being honest. I like Gavin. I think Gavin, it doesn't matter when you strike out pitch, you can come in and like shove against anyone, but the strikeout rates for those guys is pretty low.
You're not wrong. Man, this Guardians lineup has been underproducing, but they're going to be better down the stretch. We need them for your bet. We need them to make it out of the AL.
I'm sure they have Petey Halpin in tonight. Surprise.
He's a dog.
Yeah, I know, but it's weird because I know they brought in Adele. Looks like Adele's not in the lineup tonight.
They're just going lefty heavy against Michael King here. Michael King is not a guy I'm going to pay up for paying this slate.
He doesn't really strike out either. Look at their team. It's like super.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You get guys in the 10s. That's so good. Guys that don't strike. The Lauder, that 14% strikeout rate really surprises me.
Yeah, dude. Nate Lowe is the highest at 24.
Yeah. So no way you play Michael King on this slate. This is already a Guardians bet for me as well. But it's Gavin Williams in pass in this game.
Yeah, I'm there with you as well. We need Gavin to play well, so I'm all in.
So no bat yet for you. Pretty surprising there. No. Let's go to this next game. We have the Orioles visiting Tampa in the pitching dome there. But this is a game you don't want to get pitchers from. I think we have Chris Bassett on the mound for the Orioles and then Steven Matz on the mound for Tampa Bay.
It's an opener-closer situation.
Yeah, and this is a game where like I probably am going to avoid it. You can play the lefties against Bassett. We know that. Tried and true, you play this all the time. Lefties against Bassett is fine. So the priority bats would be guys like Aranda,
Simpson.
Yeah, in this lineup, man. Chandler Simpson batting third, cleanup, fascinating. I don't know if I'll go there. Once again, this is a pitcher's dome. I'm not going to play the Orioles in this spot. I just don't think they're healthy enough. I mean, good enough right now. Obviously, Pete Alonso's been mashing the baseball.
He's been as good as advertised. They got everything and more from him. I think, this season.
The team just sucks. So for me, this is a spot where we're looking at games to pass on. This game, I'm definitely going to pass on both pitchers and bats.
Yeah, you mentioned where I'm going to offensively. I feel like Tampa's just one of the best plays on the slate. Bassett gets hit hard. And the thing with Tampa is like their DFS outcomes are not like hitting a bunch of home runs, which is why Tampa doesn't matter for them. Their DFS outcome is just hitting and running. Chandler Simpson gets on multiple bases here. Even guys in the back or Victor Mesa, Cedric Mullins, Richie Palacio is like another guy that steals a lot of bases. So like to me, I think Tampa's the best 5-man stack in the entire slate. I love stacking against Bassett.
And Taylor Walls hit a home run from both sides of the plate the other game. So yeah, they're a pesky team. They're like the Brewers.
Yeah, I think they're better than the Brewers, honestly.
No, they're just like the Brewers, though. Where
you're
they
right.
always overperform. Like based on the lineup, you're like, it's not that good, but it's just a team that's definitely going to overperform. So you're high in Tampa then.
Yeah, I love the lefties here. Like Chandler Simpson. I mean, I would even throw not lefty, but like Liam Hicks. There's a lot of guys in this lineup I like a lot.
All right, let's keep on chugging along then. Who we have up next? We have the Diamondbacks going to Atlanta facing the Braves. It's Brendan Pfaadt on the mound for the Diamondbacks, Chris Sale on the mound for the Braves. You can talk me into Sale tonight. I think I'm just going to play Gavin up there. But no way I'm playing Pfaadt. Pfaadt's overperformed, and the guy doesn't strike out anyone. So this is a spot you could definitely go back to the Braves. Pfaadt's underlines are not as good as his actuals right now. I know he's changed things up a little bit, more pitching to contact lately. That's just not going to help. Look at that Braves stat cast. It is so red. It looks so good here. But for me, I don't know if I'm going to play this spot. I don't have a good take here other than probably just bet the Braves, which I already did. But I don't really want to stack the Braves per se as a pay up tonight. So, but I totally get them. If you're going to pay up for anyone, the Braves are probably at the top of that list.
Yeah, I like the Braves. I like Chris Sale. The Braves are quite expensive. I'm doing some underdog best ball draft or daily fantasy drafts. So I've been playing some of the Braves. I like the lefties here again. Michael Harris, Matt Olson. I'll throw Acuna in there, even though he's a righty. I think the Braves lineup is interesting. I'm a guy that likes to stack against spot. He at one point had pedigree. He still tends to give up the long ball, though. I think it's kind of tapered off this season.
Yeah, look at his underlines, though. Everything's pretty good other than that poor strikeout rate. So it just tells me what's true to the eye test as well, that he's pitching the contact.
Yeah, which is good. I think that's could pay off for him to be a MLB caliber pitcher. But I love stacking the guys against guys that pitch to contact. I'd much rather do that because the Braves do strike out some too. So I'm on the Braves side heavily here. I don't know. I do prefer Gavin over Sale, but I think you could play them both. Honestly, they're both in phenomenal spots. To me, it's the Diamondbacks lineup is just. I think Diamondbacks lineup is weaker than San Diego, so I think more people will probably get the Sale here. But
Gavin is everyone's a Gavin fan these days because he just has so much strikeouts in his bag. But looking at the underlines, as you said, maybe there's not as much strikeouts for San Diego as we thought at the beginning of the season. So let's go to the next game, though. We have the Yankees visiting the Blue Jays. Garrett Cole on the mound for the Yankees. On the mound for the Blue Jays, you have Shane Bieber. Not going to be playing this spot. There's another spot where Bieber's underlines I saw look pretty bad, but I think he's a better pitcher than he's been. And I'm going to go career underlines. Hopefully it regresses more to the mean here. The Yankees are still in play, though. The Blue Jays are beat up right now. I bet the Yankees already as well. I think Sale's a fine play. Not a guy I really want to play per se. The strikeouts are down this year. Garrett Cole. What did I say?
Sale. But yeah,
Garrett Cole, and it's a 26% strikeout rate, which is fine, but nothing I really want to go to on this game particularly. It's probably just a pass game, and I did already bet the Yankees as well.
Yeah, I like the Yankees a lot. I mean, the Toronto's just so underwhelming offensively, and I want Okamoto to do good. He strikes out so much though. The Yankees. I mean, the Toronto lineup is just not to me is not super dangerous. So you could throw Cole in there as an SP2 if you want to pay up at both positions. I think I prefer Sale and Gavin straight up for sure. But
there's a pitcher I like later on that's been pretty bad lately that I still trust his underlines. That's too cheap. We'll get to him.
There's a guy I like too, but I don't love his underlines. His underlines are pretty horrible.
This guy has really good underlines.
This guy is horrible. He's a great matchup, but horrible underlines. Other than that, I don't think I'll get to the Yankees either in Toronto. It's Roger Stadium. It's a push for offense. The Yankees are inconsistent too, man. They go cold at times. I think they're a little bit of a cold stretch. So, yeah, this is a pass game for me. If we're being honest, not going to be playing much in this game.
All right, let's keep this train moving. Next up, we have the Mariners visiting the Astros. George Kirby on the mound for the Mariners, Peter Lambert on the mound for the Astros. This is another pretty simple game to break down. It's really just pitcher or pass. I understand the love for Kirby. I still don't want to play against the Astros right now. Jordan's scary, right? That's really the guy you're the most scared of in that lineup. And he just has a pretty low strikeout rate right now. You could play Peter Lambert, I suppose. Just 23% strikeout rate is just not enough with so many good strikeout pitchers in the slate. But that being said, both these guys are good enough to work through these lineups and not give up a lot of runs. So for me, it's just going to be a pure pass game. It's pitchers. If you want to take a risk on these guys, I just think also with Seattle, they're starting to heat up a little bit. So do you really want to take the risk on Lambert there?
Yeah. Dude, it's funny how crazy good Dominic Canzone has been. He's back and forth. He's been one of the best offensive players for Seattle, which kind of came out of nowhere. This is an unpredictable game to me. George Kirby hasn't really been able to find his stuff all season, and Lambert's a young guy. So this is one of those volatile spots where I feel offense could be scored, but there's not a conviction play here. So it's really tough for me to be I want to stack up an offense. I do feel Houston and or Seattle could go off and put up 7-8 runs. I don't know, it's not going to be – I think this is a 3 out of 10 spot. 3 times out of 10 they do that, and it's just because the pitchers are inconsistent, but I don't love it. This is just a pass game for me.
All right, so that's the early 7 o'clock games. We're going to transition now to the 9 Eastern games. We have the first game up is a game I do like. It's the Royals visiting the Angels. You got Seth Lugo on the mound for the Royals. Guy's been pretty bad this year. And then you have Grayson Rodriguez on the mound for the Angels. Grayson's a guy that's been better lately. People liked him. His fastball's looking better, but his underlines are so bad. Thus, I'm playing the Royals tonight. Whenever you give me a chance to play the Royals, I'm going to play the Royals. I love Bobby Witt. I love Jack Kaggs. I love Carter Jensen. In that order, those are probably the 3 guys I'm targeting from the Royals side. You could say you want to target the Angels. I just think Seth Lugo is good enough to work his way through this lineup. Trout's been Trout lately, which is great for best ball. And he's healthy. That's another good thing for best ball. But that being said, I'm not going to play the Angels here. I'm going to play the Royals pretty heavily from DFS.
Yeah, the Royals are the A side for me. They're like my favorite bet on the board. I love the Royals offense a ton against Grayson. The SP2 I was looking at going low for is actually Seth Lugo. Like the underlying stuff's not great, but he's been pretty consistent from a DFS perspective. And I feel like
what's his price?
6'9". So he's a guy. This is the guy like
he's a guy mid-7s.
He's put up like 20 points in multiple starts recently, and I think what he can do with the Angels here is just get through the lineup. And the Angels kind of come in with like built-in strikeouts.
Yeah,
even though he's not a strikeout pitcher. So like I think at 6'9", he's probably going to be a more popular SP2, but I like him a lot.
Interesting. There's a guy later on that I think it's gonna be higher owned, and I'll talk about him when we get there. But yeah, in this game, easy Royals play. Jensen, Kaggs,
all the lefties. I like Collins. I'll throw me guys like Tolbert in there too. There's interesting ways to play. Massey's a guy.
Josh Rojas is cheap at third base if you need some value at third base too. So yeah, up and down. Royals on the road, another value stack, and then they're in the Angels Park, which is a good hitting environment. So let's go to another game that's really been hard for me to break down. You have the Rangers visiting the Athletics. We know this is a good park. We have Kumar Rocker on the mound for the Rangers. I think it's going to be Gage Jump on the mound for the Athletics. So I'm pretty sure
it is.
Gage Jump's been pretty good lately, and I don't like the Rangers as much against lefties. So I don't know if I want to play the Rangers. I've been trying to stack them up. You can definitely play Wyatt Langford in this spot. Will I do it? I don't know. TBD on that. On the other side, Kumar Rocker's been pretty decent lately. And the Athletics they're struggling. But yeah, Law Dog has been heating up, and I love Law Dog. So for me, this is a spot I can definitely one off a couple of guys because it's a great hitting park. We know that. But for me, it's just going to be mostly a pass and just plucking one-offs. As I mentioned, if you ask me my favorite bats on both sides, it's going to be Langford for the Rangers and then Butler for the Athletics.
Yeah, I think I'm not with you on like Gage Jump is good, and I think there will be showings of like there's spike performances.
30 points last game, 11 strikeouts.
And the thing with Gage Jump, there's spike performances, and there's highly inconsistent performances. I like Texas here a lot. Texas doesn't really strike out a lot either. I think this is another spot like Gage Jump gets jumped on here. So I'm in on the Rangers. I like a lot of the guys up top. Brandon Needham. I like Jake Bergeman hitting the ball well. White Langford obviously is just coming back. But even like Ezekiel Duran's been great lately. I think that
and Langford, came back, was healthy, looked pretty good. He's been slumping lately, but this is a good slump buster game for him, and that's kind of why I like him.
And on the road in Sacramento, like the park is more catered to hitting. It's not like Coors Field, but it is more catered to hitting. And the Angels lineup bullpen is not very good.
The Athletics,
that's what I mean. And the Athletics bullpen is not very good. So give me the Rangers here. I just cannot buy in on the Athletics offensively either, just because there's like 1 or 2 bats I like, but yeah, I think Kumar can kind of cook through this lineup a little bit. He's another SP2 I'd be considering as well.
Interesting. No way with a 10-foot pole am I touching Kumar Rocker.
I played him recently, and he's put up in like
he's been pretty good, and that's why I worry. But like I said, whenever Butler's hitting lefties better now, and you get him against a righty here, I think you can see him batting maybe 1 through 4 tonight, and I like that Eliza went off. I don't want to stack them. But yeah, let's go to the second to last game. We are cruising. We got Robert Gasser on the mound for the Brewers visiting the Dodgers. Who's on the bump for the Dodgers? I think it's Yamamoto. Both of these guys on their lines are pretty good. Whenever I get a chance to fade the Dodgers, I'm going to fade the Dodgers. I'm just an anti-Dodger guy. Gasser's pretty good. This is just a spot I'm not targeting whatsoever. I'm going to fade this team. Both really good teams, both really good bullpens. I can see this game be pretty low scoring and not really wanting the starting pitchers because Yamamoto is facing a tough matchup in the Brewers here. So for me, I'm not going to be playing Yamamoto, although I do think the Dodgers will decide to win this game. Yeah, this is a complete pass game to me. This could be a good real-life game because these are 2 playoff teams in the NL. So I think this will be you may see this matchup come October, but I'm not in on either of these teams tonight. I think this is just a pass game. I'll avoid here. Let's go to the last game of the slate where I think you can definitely get bats. In this game, you have the Rockies visiting the Giants. It obviously is in San Francisco, kind of temper your expectations as far as park factor goes there. But you have Freeland on the mound for the Rockies. Pretty bad, we know that. But we have Landon Roop on the mound for the Giants, and that's the guy I was talking about. He's only 7.5 in this slate. It doesn't make much sense to me. He's a good real-life pitcher, been pretty bad lately. This is a perfect buy low for Landon Roop. I think there's a spot where he could go 8 innings in this spot. I wouldn't be surprised whatsoever. Like him a whole lot in this park. I'm going to bet the Giants as well. I got them at -110 earlier, maybe last night is what I bet them. So it's just like it's a great spot for the Giants here. If you want to play their bats, that's fine. But Freeland definitely better against lefties and righties, and you have the best bats for the Giants are lefties and Eldridge and Devers here. So for me, don't really want to play the Giants. I get the reasoning, but Freeland's one of those guys that for whatever reason has these starts where he's really good and other starts where he's terrible. Definitely outside of Coors, he's better. So for me, I understand if you want to play the Giants. For me, it's just going to be playing Landon Roop and then moving on.
Yeah, I don't hate it. Landon Roop, the issue I have with him is he just doesn't strike guys out. So like
it's still a 23% strikeout rate. That's not bad.
It's not bad, but I get worried with these guys that pitch to contact. The Rockies strike out so much though. Like that's the thing. Like look at the record strikeout rates. It's insane.
I'm pretty confident Landon Roop's going to come in 20-30%.
He should for sure. When I was doing drafts, I used to do the drafts to get a gauge of like where ownership was going. People like the Giants a lot too. A lot of guys like Devers is going off the board. Buddy Kennedy's getting drafted pretty high. So I see a lot of Giants being drafted. I think that's a good way to attack it. Freeland is a journeyman. He's towards the end of his career. We won't see him much longer in the big leagues, but he's been serviceable with his time in the Rockies. So,
all right. Well, that's all we have in the baseball slate. I mean, I'm pretty buttoned in. For me, it's going to be Nats and Royals. I'm going to live and die, and hopefully I take down a GPP with those stacks.
To me, it's Tampa, Texas, and the Royals. That no particular order, but Tampa, Texas, and the Royals are going to be. All my teams, if I had to throw in like a wild card, it would be the Braves. I like them. They're just kind of expensive.
Do you want to chat a little UFC before you jump off?
We'll just do it like casually. We'll see. It does.
All right, what are your thoughts on the main event?
Yeah, this is an easy one to me. I think a lot of the pundits are wrong. I think Islam Makhachev absolutely beats the teetotal shit out of Ian Gary. People are like, this is the thing. The length is a factor. The longer fighters win like 70% of the time. So there are guys in the car that I really like. I think Islam Makhachev beats the absolute brakes. Machado Gary is a sound defensive fighter, and he is okay at limiting damage and like takedown defense is okay. Islam Makhachev is like now he's getting accustomed to the bigger weight class. I think the pressure's gonna be too much, and I think Shavkat Rakhmonov. Everyone's like, oh look at like he was able to kind of survive. I'm like, dude, I think Makhachev just probably puts it to Shavkat Rakhmonov as well.
No,
Shavkat Rakhmonov. No, I just think, dude, I hear someone be like, oh, the odds are true. Dude, I think Islam should be like a -500 favorite in this. But I think he just, I don't see how he beats him. Like, I think Ian Gary is probably one of those guys like happy to be in this moment. I just don't think he has what it takes to beat Islam. Like, yeah, they're like, oh, Jack Maddalena, like doesn't have a good takedown defense, and so like Islam was able to just take him down, control him. But like I think that's going to be the rinse and repeat here. And also like Islam is a scrappy striker. Like the problem is when the threat of the takedown is there, like Islam's got hands, and like when I saw him at the weigh-in, so I'm like, this guy is juicy. Like he's cut down. Now
it's his best weight class.
And it's like now people are like, oh, he's older, cardio. I'm like, he's gonna have less cardio issues at this higher weight class, and like. I mean, so some part of me is like, I don't like Ian Gary, so like maybe that's coloring it too. But like the guy is to me is like I think kudos to him for getting here. I think this defensive striking has been great, but like I don't love the wins. I think in DFS he's absolutely you cannot play him in the scenario in which he wins. It's like a greasy split decision where he somehow keeps Islam off of him. But I feel like that's such a thing.
This is the thing. Gary's gonna be so scared of the takedown that he's gonna put his hands down and Islam's gonna knock him out. I already bet Islam by KO. I think there's just and listen, people think Gary's a great striker because he is, and we saw what he did against Bilal. But let me jump in here real fast. So we saw multiple times early in his career, he got knocked down by Jordan Williams. He got knocked down by Song Kanan. This is not good. No. So like those guys are not taking you down. And everyone's like, oh, Bilal couldn't get him down. First of all, Bilal doesn't wrestle. And second off, the God that Bilal plays to, that's Islam. Islam is the God that Bilal, everyone plays. Like, Islam might be the best fighter we've seen in the UFC.
Yeah.
It's just a fact. Like
people are disrespecting him somewhat this
is the thing. I mean this. And people think Islam's lost on the feet. Here, I mean this. Like, I think Islam knocks out Ian Gary. I think Ian Gary is so worried about getting taken down. The cage can't be big enough. The cage is not big enough for Ian Gary to run. Yeah. So I think, like, and Islam at this weight class, I think he's actually going to level up. Like, he's a big guy already. Without cutting weight, there's so much gap. I'm not worried one bit that Islam loses his fight. I think if he lost, it would be purely because Ian Gary called him with something coming in. That's the only way. There's no way decision he wins. But yeah, like I said, the God that Bilal plays to is Islam, and this is the guy. Islam is the guy. He's the God. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think this is, to me, Islam's gonna be in part of every bet I make this weekend. Like Islam money line. I just feel like he wins this fight regardless of how it's done. I do think he could put him out. I think he could just over the course of the fight just beat him down.
Let's talk about the second championship fight.
Okay. So you're interested in the Dern fight?
Yes.
Okay, we'll talk. I'll let you leave with the Dern. There's other fights I really like in this.
We have Mackenzie Dern versus Jillian Robertson, and this is where I'm going. The Canadian is going to be the UFC champion after this. And people are like, oh, all she's good at pressure wrestling and taking her down. Yeah, fine, good. Because Mackenzie Dern has bad takedown defense. And Jillian Robinson is not a fish on the mat. Like, she's going to be able to – I think this is a 5-round decision where Jillian Robinson smothers her. I think it could be pretty dominant. Like, and Jillian Robinson is better on the feet, in my opinion. So I think there's a chance. Everyone loves Mackenzie Dern because they think she's hot. And I don't care, dude. Give me the troll and Jillian Robinson to absolutely beat the brakes. Not beat the brakes. Let me dial it back. Let me dial it back because Mackenzie Dern is obviously slick off her back. But this is the problem. Julian Robinson's going to be a problem. She gets sweat, but like she's an absolute smother wrestler, and I think this is a spot for Canada to get a women's champion.
Yeah, so. I think you could see that, Dylan. This is the issue. I think this is going to be a tough fight. This is going to be a 29.
It's a fight. You're going to have a DFS.
I just don't know. I don't know because I think Jillian Robinson, there is a chance she starts to gas out too. So like that's extent. I think she will take her down. I think she'll be able to take Dern down. It's just like how long is she able to. I think both these women are like. They're like barely top 10 fighters in this team. In my opinion, I think like
Dern's the champion. I mean,
Dern's the champion, but like her path.
They couldn't let one-eyed Verna Jandiroba
be the champ. But like I do think I think Dern's path here wasn't very tough. I don't think Robinson's path here was very tough. I think this could end up being like somewhat of a low-level fight. And so like maybe I'm different from you there, but I do think this could be like
but it's a 5-round fight.
It is a 5-round.
It's a 5-round fight where like the winner's probably gonna have wrestling. So it's but
you can see Jillian Robinson have 5 takedowns over the course of 5 rounds. So like that's good.
She's 7-2, and she has 5 takedowns. Last week's card is a good example. I played the underdog Gigi, and she was on the winner. She lost and put up 62 points. If Jillian Robinson doesn't get finished in this fight, and it's a decision. Is that mine?
That's mine.
It's a decision win. And there's 5 rounds of Jillian Robinson working. She's probably going to be on the opto. That's just my opinion.
I think we're a little different on this one. I do think maybe I lean towards Dern. I think Dern will be my pick. I really have trouble reading this fight. I just feel like it's fairly low level, and I do think the UFC is trying to get Dern. Like she's pretty face to be on the card. It's like tough to find a pretty fighter. You're like,
but she's the champion.
She is the champion.
No, she's the champion. I know, she's not a pretty face. She's the champion.
Yeah, but it was a weak path. Look at the
it was a weak path, but you're saying just a reason for her to be on the card. She is the champion.
I know. But for her to stay as like the face of the division, because I feel like they could have chosen much better matchups. I think Robertson's like a weaker opponent, and you could tell like Robertson. That's how not good Dern is. Like the Dern, like you would think a barely top 10 fighter versus the champ would be bigger odds, but it's not. I get what you're saying. I'm worried about deep waters for Jillian because I think the wrestling can gas you.
But Dern's going to contend with the same thing. And it's a different thing when Mackenzie Dern has bad takedown defense. Yes, good jiu-jitsu and good sweeps. But when Jillian's on top of her, that's going to be a problem. You gas out way more if you try consistently to take her down. Yeah. Like, I think she's going to be able to get her down. And I think she's got simple, basic 1-2s on the feet that's going to cause Dern problems. Dern's striking is not that good. Neither girl's getting put out on the feet. No. That'd be insane. But for me in this fight, I think Jillian Robinson as a dog is worth that plus money. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, yeah.
It's not even money.
At the price.
Because what are we seeing in the odds currently? Let me just pull up the odds.
Plus 170, I think.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So as that plus 170 dog, I think she was 200 earlier on, but I think I like her a lot. So for me, it's going to be Jillian Robinson. I understand the concern because, apples, Mackenzie Dern, no one's got jiu-jitsu like her. So for me, I think, I'm going to be playing Jillian Robinson. I'm not going to touch Dern in DFS. For me, it's going to be Jillian Robinson as my kind of like stand.
Yeah. So the next fight, we won't break down every fight, Dylan, just because for time's sake, and also we're double dipping. Not that anyone's watching, but like, the Jalen Turner versus Kyle Fernandez fight is just such a good fight. And this is why I think Jalen Turner puts him out. I do think this is the thing. When we saw Jalen Turner at his best, like he is an absolute monster on the feet.
Yeah.
And I think this is – so, I'm kind of going against what I said in the first fight, but Fernandez is not Islam Makhachev. There's a big like height difference. I think Jalen Turner is going to use his length, and he's such a crisp striker. Maybe the time away from the game could have really improved that, like the mental side, because I think for him it's the mental side. He has like – UFC champion abilities
and gassing issues though, because Kyle Fernandez got elite leg kicks.
Yeah, so that's the thing. The leg kicks thing is like an issue when you're like that's like over the course of a
Jalen Turner wins this fight if he can figure out how to stop those leg kicks,
or he puts him out early because this is the thing. Kawhi's tough, and that's why I kind of like Jalen Turner in DFS too, is because I think Kawhi's going to get knocked down a couple times and may survive, and I think that's what I want Jalen Turner.
But if he knocks him down and survives, we've seen this about Jalen Turner in the past. He knocks guys out. He's beating them up in the first round and he melts.
Yeah.
If Kawhi melts him, that's a problem.
But I think a guy so talented like that going away and then coming back, I think there's like something to it's not like he was getting beat up. It's like, oh dude, he was like looked miraculous on the feet. And he still has he's leagues above in striking. Yeah.
He's a momentum fighter.
He's a momentum fighter. The one thing I'll say is this. I won't play Kawhi in DFS because like the way Kawhi wins is like stays at distance and like kicks. I do think Turner
he can finish him with leg kicks.
I just don't. To me it's like that
He finished Harvard with leg kicks, and it's like, dude, I'm tired of these guys leg kicking people to death. And I think they're gonna figure out how to stop these leg kicks. And the problem is the length doesn't matter as much when you're getting leg kicked. I'm torn in this fight. I want Jalen Turner to win.
It's easily Jalen. Jalen Turner is gonna outclass him for the first round. And if Callaway survives, I think Callaway's gonna be beat up. Jalen Turner's coming back fresh. He doesn't have the ring rust. Like, I mean, he may have a little ring rust. But
he starched Barbosa last time out. So.
Yeah, and like I think Jalen Turner's like just a monster in this. I love him too. I think like we're gonna see a quick finish in this one. That's probably one of my best like fun fights on the card. I don't really have Abdul Malik versus Stolfus. Don't love it. I mean, I feel like Abdul is just gonna cook him, right? Like there's nothing else to add there.
Yeah. Now you have a short notice opponent for Charles Johnson now. Eduardo Chapolin, and that's a fight you're gonna have to target in DFS because you got Charles Johnson at 6'9" as probably a small favorite now.
Ooh.
So
I don't love Charles Johnson.
Charles Johnson's a dog though. He's a dog. He'll fight for your money. I'm trying to pull up the odds now.
Barbosa versus Ribovich. This is another fight.
Charles Johnson at -120 at 6'9" is going to be interesting, and that's how you get different on the slate is you fade that because he's going to be penciled in a lot of lineups with the short notice replacement there. But other than that, I mean, it's so much fun fight. Chidi and Nkwani against Joel Alvarez is going to be so fun. Vicente Luque against Trijan Gore is a fight where like I kind of have a little inkling to play Gore, but Vicente Luque at plus money is interesting for sure. So so many good fights.
Interesting. I think I just prefer Gore. I feel like Vicente is kind of washed.
Vicente Luque just starts Kevin Gastelum, and like Kevin Gastelum,
like both those guys are just
it's apples to apples are so hard to gauge. But yeah, I mean, listen, it's gonna be a fun card.
Barbosa versus Ribovich, easy Ribovich for me.
Dude, Barbosa always has his performance. He gets starched by Jalen Turner, but then comes back and just puts a veteran game plan together. And
Chidi and Tricani to me is like just a quitter. So I never play quitters.
Dude, Chidi's a beast though. He's such a good kickboxer. But the problem
he put out Carlos Olberg.
Chidi?
Oh no! I'm thinking this is Chitty Bang Bang. No, he didn't put it over. I'm thinking about.
You're talking about the guy that looks like him.
Yeah. And I'm
like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
No, you're talking about God, what's his name? Tall, lanky guy. Went up to heavyweight. Oh, forget about it. It doesn't matter. I'll try to pull it up now. Who was it?
It's Kennedy Nzechukwu or something.
Yeah, Kennedy Nzechukwu. Yeah, that's exactly right. And Kennedy is like, I wish the best for him. His mom's battling some illness, so I hope the guy's doing well. But yeah, not the same guy. But Chidi's a good kickboxer. Joel is he's a beast. I think this is a better weight class for him actually moving up. I don't like Chidi cutting down. I think the gas tank has always been an issue for him in this fight. It's going to be mostly on the feet, but I think Joel could sub him. I think it's going to be Joel all day in this spot.
Interesting. Okay, another fight. So I think the Tobias versus Fernando fight's interesting. Both the guys are same height, but I think Fernando has a 6-inch reach advantage. I always look for those small micro edges because when it plays out, it's right. I mentioned this at the top. There's like generally speaking, it's like a 67% chance the fighter with the better the bigger reach wins, and that is, dude, that kind of spreads. It's split a little bit between weight classes as well. But I just think Fernando being a little bit longer is going to make it harder for him to come in there. And I just feel like Fernando's the A side there. He's minus 360 or something. So you're not getting much money. The guy, one of my favorite underdogs in the slate is who is it? Who's the old man? Neil Magny. I like Neil Magny. I think he's the thing with him is the durability stuff, and I feel like he's still pretty durable. I think kind of outlast Brahma. I don't love like the DFS angle, but I think he could be a winner as a dog. But now everyone's just kind of funneled with Charles Johnson. It's like, man, I'm thinking about
another guy. Like I think you really want to.
Who's that?
Jordan Walker. You really want to target that first fight, Jeremiah Wells, Miktabek Orobay, probably gonna want to play Orobay, but dude, if Jeremiah Wells can chin a guy in the first round, and that's just a fact.
Orobay dude, he's built out of freaking stone though. I Orobay to me all day.
Yeah, it's all, but I'm saying it's dogs that you're like, how did Jeremiah Wells? He's an absolutely roided up freak, and when he came to the UFC at an old age, I was really worried about him, and his gas is worrisome because we saw what Miktabek did against who's our boy Chris Curtis there, so it could be an issue. So for me, there's a fun card. Can't wait to watch it tomorrow. But I think that's all we have. I don't want to break down all the fights because baseball stream. But we'll jump back in tomorrow, do some best ball, talk about our victory laps, see what we like in the as we transition to the season.
How's golf going for you while we're up?
Horrible.
I have some good teams, I think. Ish. Let's see who's played bad for you.
Alex Fitzpatrick.
Dude, he sucked today. He was like 400, and then he just fell off a wagon. Smalley's T15, Norn. JT's moving up there. Henley's not playing great T40. Scheffler, you had to play Scheffler, huh? Just 9 under, just cooked him today.
I played one show. He's so damn good. But let's end this. Let's jump off. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll be back talking some NFL. We'll be back weekly with a better cadence when NFL really kicks off, CFB really kicks off to break down the individual slates. But until then, we'll be back. Thanks for tuning in.
See you guys.